Well, thank you very much, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here today. I am Ben Holmes, founder and CEO of Nanochon, and we're an early-stage medical device company which is developing an implant designed to address the types of cartilage damage and loss that's typically associated with arthritis. So when the disease of osteoarthritis starts to present itself, one of the first things that occurs is something called a focal cartilage lesion develops in the joint. And it's basically like a pothole in the cartilage surface of the knee. And this is an issue because I hope, obviously, this causes pain to the patient, but if left unaddressed, it leads to the continued breakdown and degeneration of cartilage and other tissues in the joint, eventually reaching the point of advanced joint disease, which necessitates a knee replacement. So there is a real desire clinically to treat these patients much earlier when these lesions are diagnosed, but there really just is not a good solution. So that is where we see Nanochon fitting in. We have developed a easily implantable off-the-shelf device which is designed to stabilize these lesions and then also regenerate true cartilage, which at this point clinically really is the key to reversing the disease. And then there's also a lot of issues both with cost and with logistics, which I'll address on the next slide. We're really looking to compete with three main treatments, and I'm not sure why this is advancing. If someone could do it for me, thank you. The first is microfracture surgery, which is a purely surgical technique. It's easy to do, and it's widely considered the frontline treatment, but the problem is it does not last for very long. Patients usually need a revision surgery within 1 to 2 years, and it takes about a year to recover from it anyway. So really the clinical standards that we're competing with are cadaveric allograft, where living tissue is actually transplanted into the joint, taken from a cadaver. The big problem with this is it's very difficult to source that. And then there are also cell-based products where live cells are extracted and enriched. The big problem here is that they're not more effective, but they're anywhere as expensive to 6 times as expensive. And so there's a real opportunity with what Nanochon is doing where our device has been demonstrated to be much more effective at growing cartilage, but it's very affordable. So how do we know that this works? We have not been in the clinic yet, but we've been in 3 animal models to date, 2 large animal models, and I think the results are pretty clear. A picture's worth 1,000 words. This goes into the joint, you can clearly see it, and after a period of several months, this is remodeled into healthy cartilage, and we're seeing both visually just a really well reconstructed surface, which is important for function of the joint, and then on MRI and in histology, you can clearly see that this is physiologically matched to healthy regions, and this is real hyaline cartilage, which is one of the real gaps that's been occurring with these attempts to actually try to regrow some kind of tissue. It's not real cartilage, and thus it does not last for the decades that's required to keep these patients from needing a knee replacement eventually. To talk quickly about the market, we're estimating $2 billion annually in the US just for this first indication, but we think that there's a real opportunity to expand into other joints as well. And then finally, we think that as a platform, this technology can be applied to soft tissue reconstruction really anywhere in the body, and that could represent close to a $10 billion annual opportunity. To talk briefly about myself and the team, I've been leading the company since 2016, have raised over $3 million to date, including our recent seed round. I've also gone through a number of high-profile accelerators and incubators with this company. My co-founder, Dr. Castro, is also a highly decorated research in the spaces of biomaterials and cartilage regeneration and has participated in a human clinical trial. And we also have a very strong management team of executives and business leaders from medical devices, orthopedics, and venture capital, and a great team of partners. So to summarize, we are very close to opening a $8 million Series A round. This funding is going to be focused on a first-in-human clinical trial, continuing to work with our development and manufacturing partners, and then also continuing to manage our IP portfolio. So if you'd like to talk about the round, come find me afterward. And if your knees just hurt, I'm happy to show you the device and potentially help you out. So thanks again, everyone.